All right. Hello there. Hello there. Welcome back to the continuation of the Higurashi series. We're finally at the answer arcs, I think. It was the question arcs, now these are the answer arcs. Pretty excited. Took a while. I took a lot of breaks in between, but I'm finally here to finish off the series. Well, finish. I still have three more main parts. I think there's like other parts after, but at least there's three more left after this one. Um, so yeah, pretty good beginning section. Just so you know, if anyone is curious, my favorites in order are 3, 1, 2, 4. That I think that's the order in which I like them from favorite to least favorite. But when I say least favorite, I don't take it as like I dislike it. I like all of them for the most part. They I just think 3 is the strongest. 3 is the most consistently strongest. All right, but yeah. Any theories that I have on what is happening, what's gonna happen? I think the most obvious solution to the problem here would be that it is supernatural and also like what's it called? Uh Sort of like in Keiichi's head, essentially, like he's an unreliable narrator sort of things. It's probably a mix of both. I would be surprised if it's all just one or all just the other. I think the obvious answer is that it's a mix of two things. That there is supernatural elements and that there's also like sort of like falsehoods within the narrative that we do not know. That's just sort of it. Other than that, let's just get started. The mod kind of only had like one type of music. I guess these were made slightly different than the original, because the other one had like 4 types of music tracks essentially, whereas this one, Kai, it only has one. So two, sorry, it only has 2. So I don't know, I picked the one that says it resembles the original as close as possible. It kind of emphasizes that it isn't exactly the same. I don't know if I'm missing something in this mod. If I am, please let me know. I'll see if I can fix it, but that's sort of what I'm working with. It just says that it's as close to possible to the original audio tracks. Alright, so let's see. Meakashi. Beloved Cutthroat. Eye-opening chapter. Welcome to the world of Higurashi when they cry, Kai. We finally reached the halfway point. From the viewpoint of the protagonist, try to find the truth behind the tragedy that unfolds. The difficulty is very high. It won't be easy to comprehend the motives of the perpetrator. Okay. So yeah, I think that just does confirm that essentially the difficulty setting is just how hard it is to figure it out. Which is interesting because I'm trying to remember, what was the easiest? Was it the second one the easiest? I think that's what it said. This arc includes choices that were added in the console version. These choices result in dialogue changes and can lead to bad ends. Do you want to see these choices? Okay, so I do. I do. Skip additional choices, show only content from the PC version. Prompts additional choices from the console version. The correct answer. Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. For the most part, this is... she dropped her beads in the sand, so the girl cried. For 100 years, the girl searched the sand. They might be in the ocean, not the sand. So the girl cried. For 100 years, the girl searched the ocean. They might be in the mountains, not the ocean. So the girl cried. Oh, fuck. This is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual person is purely coincidental. How many years will it pass before the girl wanders if she really dropped them? Okay. So the girl cried. How many years will pass before the girl wonders if she really dropped them? Interesting. Okay. So it's implying that she dropped it, she was sad from it, and it's sort of like implying that is the original question, is that have any falsehood in it, essentially. Okay. 7 keys were attached to the keychain. Without knowing each key was the correct one, I had to go by instinct and try every key, one by one. On average, I reached the correct key within 3.5 attempts. It'd be fortunate if I could open the lock within the first 3 keys, but it'd be unfortunate if I didn't. I had to think of the worst case scenarios, getting the right key only on the last attempt. I fought with my nervousness, my head ached from it. I put the key in and turned it. I just needed to repeat the small procedure several more times, but couldn't stop shaking. Damn. Even a 3-year-old kid can do something this easy. So, am I more childish than a 3-year-old? Whatever, I don't care if I'm clumsy. I just need to try all these keys. Even the worst case scenario, the lock will open on the 7th try. Okay, so from what I remember, it implied that we're going to be in Shion's perspective, so I'm assuming we're Shion. Yeah. Reality isn't always the same as math. What happens was worse than my worst case scenario. None of the keys worked at all. I couldn't feel the blood draining from my brain. I could feel the blood draining from my brain. Did I get the wrong set of keys? No, I definitely see a faint marking that said this set is for this door. Alright, hold on, let me just check real quick. Okay, the audio is on, the music is on, everything is on, okay. No, I definitely see a faint mark that says this set is for this door. Am I just reading it wrong? Should I go back to the key cabinet to look for the right one? That would mean a great loss of time. Just by being here, I already risking so much. Something that could ruin everything might happen at any moment. If I could open this lock, do I have to go back to the administration office? If I can't open this lock, do I have to go back to the administration office? If there was no other choice, it'd be a waste of time to spend another second here. The administration office wouldn't necessarily be empty at this time. Somebody might come in. I won't be able to look for the right key if that happens. I stood up quickly, as if electrified. I was almost in a panic, and so felt the urge to move. My instincts pushed me. I had to go back there as quickly as possible. It's dangerous to be here, and it's also dangerous if someone comes into the administration's office. I cooled my head, making it as chilly as possible to repress my fears. Calm down, Shion. Mion wouldn't panic in this situation. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Why don't I try the keys? One more time. The next moment, I felt a faint vibration in the air. Somebody was walking somewhere in the hallways. If it were a normal situation, I would have known I wouldn't run into them, since the footsteps were very far away. But at the time, I couldn't think calmly. Ah, shit. Why am I panicking this much just because of footsteps? Calm down, calm down. I shouldn't be feeling excited. I should be feeling excited instead. Calm down, calm down. I just need to do what I have to do. I should ignore the footsteps because they're not an immediate threat. Pretend they aren't there. I have to listen for something much more important right now. Oh shit. This key should be hard and cold, but it's pliable and hot. It feels like rubber. How could I stick this into the keyhole? Shit, shit, shit. It wasn't the key that was playable. It's my fingers that were limp. Oh shit, shit, shit. The key sprung out of my hand and fell into the floor. I shouldn't have made any sound because it was so playable, but it made a tremendous metal noise as if someone pushed over a cupboard. Cling! The sound almost stopped my heart. I felt dizzy for a while. I looked around afterwards to carefully see if I caused any disturbance to the surroundings. Calm down, calm down. Nothing's changed. I don't hear anything. So, am I safe? Calm down, calm down. Wait, I don't hear anything? What about those footsteps in the distance? Calm down, calm down, calm down. Are they looking after me? After they notice the sound? Oh shit, What is that sound I'm hearing? It is my sweat dripping on the floor. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. How could I hear that sound of my sweat? Calm down, calm down, calm down. Calm the fuck down, bitch! I had to clarify. This isn't a prison or a detention center. It's a private school. Not a normal one, though. It costs a fortune just to get in. It's a boarding school that provides education for elementary school to university. Being for girls only rather than a school, you could say it's a factory that manufactures ladies. Some of my classmates here have never even used public transportation. Really, it isn't normal. To me, saying how nice to see you instead of just hi is already insane. And calling the teacher sister gives me the creeps. I hate the morning and evening prayers, to say nothing of the Sunday Mass. I don't want to memorize the Bible passages, and the Holy Ghost gives me a rash. If I stay in this institution, that's what I call the place. For many years, I'd go crazy or be brainwashed. Most of the girls choose to be brainwashed, but I can't do that. After all, I was more impressed by the political schemes and international trade behind religious propagation than by the love of God, which the Bible teaches. Because of that, I've been treated as a problematic child from the beginning. I experienced lots of disadvantages as a result. I realized that quickly, so I superficially pretended to be normal. However, I got tired of acting, so I started to reveal my true self from time to time. I became a problematic child once again. People started to treat me differently once again. It's fun to misbehave, but it wouldn't do anything for me in the long run. So why did I act that way? Why, even though I knew it was going to backfire on me later on? After examining my emotion, I realized that I completely had it with my surroundings. I was afraid of being brainwashed in this institution. I can't live here. I won't let them brainwash me. 6 months ago, I decided to escape this place. The moment I made up my mind, I started to feel alive again. I acted ladylike in order to deceive the sisters, pretending because fun once I set my goal. It gave me the creeps when they told me with a smile that it was God's influence that I started to behave religiously. I laughed at them behind their backs. I took my classmates' duties in order to understand the layout of the school and the schedules of the staff and guards. I soon found out that the security of the school was immensely tight because there were many daughters of important people living there. The guards walked their beat randomly. There was surveillance cameras everywhere. The system that kept out intruders ironically also worked to prevent escapees. But that excited me instead. I simulated how to avoid all the surveillance in my head at many times. I drew an escape route in the corner of my notes during the class and tested if it worked. I strove to acquire any necessary skills for the escape. It was all fun. After all, the situation was cathartic for me. That's who I am. No matter how hard they tried to brainwash me, I'd never change. I'd been waiting for the moment of my escape, preparing physically and mentally. First, I need the courage to escape. I had to become confident of a plan. I had to be confident of the plan. I had to think deeply about it. Also needed skills and physical strength. I imagined all the possible obstacles and trained myself. It was fun because I was finally able to enjoy gym class, even the long distance run. I needed a perfect plan as well as the physical strength and skill necessary to execute it. Also, support by those things, I need determination. I made sure that I had all I needed and execute the plan. I decided to plant a seed in the school before I decided to plant a seed in school before the appointed day. The seed was a rumor that one of the male teachers was having a relationship with a student. I won't go into details now, but that can turn into an enormous problem in this school. The school is limited to girls precisely because their parents want to avoid those kinds of problems. Those parents are mostly important people from various positions. If the romance was a fact and was leaked to the public, the principal would have to commit suicide in shame. In fact, even that might not be enough. Holy shit, is that real? Like, would that actually happen? Like, because if that actually happened, obviously someone has to get, like, punished for, something that fucked up happening, but the principal actually has to kill themselves? That's kind of crazy. In a world of girls, rumors spread fast, especially when they're separated from boys and are obsessed with dirty thoughts. So this kind of rumor goes around quite quickly. Interesting. The sisters, The sisters tried to get rid of that kind of rumor, and they warned the students not to be swayed by it. But apparently they're the ones who were most swayed by those rumors. This means that I managed to make a furtively deal with something shady without connecting families or the authorities. Without contacting families or the authorities. So, if I disappear in the circumstances, I'd look like I ran away with some teacher. All the male teachers would deny it, of course. However, the school wouldn't believe what they said so easily. After all, there's a dirty rumor going around. By the time the school finds out about about my escape after they eliminate all the other possibilities, I'll be somewhere safe. I tried hard to spread the rumor that I was involved with the forbidden romance as widely as possible. The sisters questioned me a few times, but since the romance was something I made up, they couldn't find anything. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't find any evidence. Hold on, let me just check the stream real quick. Okay, everything seems good. After 3 months, I was certain that I created a solid foundation. Okay, yeah. We're good. I swapped after dinner duties with my classmates so that I could adjust my schedule on this day. I was even able to fill them with suspicion about me by doing that. Now they'll definitely suspect I ran away with some male teacher. Tonight was the night. I began my chores after dinner. So she lives in a hotel room? I know they're reusing assets. It's probably different in the console. You know what? I'll check it out. Well, actually, I don't even know what the console like background looked like, so I actually wouldn't even know. I know it kind of fucks up the game a little bit whenever I switch back and forth. Okay, this genuinely just does look like the hotel. After lights out, somebody will find out about my disappearance. My generous roommate would probably wait about 10 minutes before she reported to the sister, but no longer than that. I had about an hour tops, but that's enough for me. I took a step off my regular route. That was the first step towards the great escape. Towards my great escape. I used to say that whenever I would like kind of sneak away from work. I was like, I'm gonna make my great escape. I calmed down and thought, the key shouldn't be wrong. This lock is old and firm. Isn't it possible that I put the right one in, but the lock was just stiff? And I thought I got the wrong one. I realized that my nervousness was making me clumsy. The glove that I was wearing to avoid leaving fingerprints must have been getting in the way too. I should try the key one more time. I picked the most probable one and gently inserted it into the keyhole. It's stiff. If I twist it too strongly, I might break the key. The moment I thought of giving up, I felt something in my fingertips. The key worked. I slowly opened the door. I couldn't hear the crickets. I could hear the crickets. I don't have to hesitate now. But somehow I'm reluctant to step outside. I can still make excuses up to this point. I might look awkward, but I still can. But if I take a step outside now, there'll be no excuse. If the guard finds me, they'll take me to the office immediately. There have been escape attempts before. Wow, really? Oh shit. That's not really so strange. I don't think I'm the one heathen here. It's understandable that there have been people before who couldn't fit in this place. So the school is aware of the possibility of escapees. I heard rumors about what happened to those who were caught while attempting to escape. I don't want to believe any of those stories though. You see, all the school's horror stories involve students who attempt escapes. Whatever. Bring it on, bitch. I'm not expecting to get a second chance anyway. There'll always be one chance. Things get serious beyond this door. I stacked myself up and pushed the door open. The strong smell was hanging in the air. Is that normal for the outside? I never smelled this strong, greasy, grassy smell before. Is there something going on? Do I have to be wary of it? Should I go back and wait for another chance? That's silly. You're already outside, aren't you? There's nothing strange going on. This smell is something I smell every day. I just wasn't aware of it. It's true, isn't it? Even though I pretend to be cool, I'm nothing but a nervous wreck. Calm down. Calm down, Shion. I can rely only on the map inside my head from this point onward. I'd researched the location of all the surveillance cameras. I'm confident that I'll be able to avoid all of them. I'm confident that I'll be able to avoid all of them, but I'm not sure about the guards. They pick their patrol routes randomly after all. I have to take the chance. I can hide myself in most places. But there's an area where there's nowhere to hide for several meters. I concentrated to keep my sense keen. Well, I have to depend on my luck in the end. Even if I do my best, the guard might find me by mere chance. Oh, whoops. On the contrary, I might be able to get away no matter how unwisely I choose to move. If I'm lucky. Damn. After all that effort, it just boils down to luck? This is a gamble after all. Whenever I realized that, I got excited. Yes, this is a gamble. I'm trying my luck. This is a game to test the determination to change my life. If somebody failed to escape from this school, that means they didn't have enough luck to survive in the real world. But I'm different. I'm built different, bitch. I'm going to get out of here. I'm testing my luck. Here goes. Shion! I ignored the noisy bugs in connection and concentrated on a suspicious sound. Huh, who said that? That wasn't Shion, was it? Because why would she say her own name? I heard no threats. The louder sound wasn't the bugs, it was my own heartbeat. Crunch. Even my own footsteps were so loud they could break my eardrums. With each and every step, with each and every step, my overactive imagination tormented me with premonitions of unexpected run-ins with guards. Countless times that torture grew too hard to bear, and I thought of running. But if I broke into a run, the noise I made would only draw suspicion. Damn, how big is this place, and how loud are your footsteps? If anyone heard of running at the time and place where somebody shouldn't be, they would realize something abnormal was happening. But if the footsteps they heard were just walking, they'd likely think it's nothing of. They'd probably think nothing of it. So this is all new music. I don't think we've heard this song before. It's pretty good, actually. I kind of like it. It's interesting. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I wasn't showing my my total stream time. It was just cut off. Of course, I didn't plan on even letting them bear those letting them hear those footsteps. I tried to extend my sense to get as much information as possible. Whoa, what the fuck? It's the guy who like scratches his butt whenever he drives by. I didn't sense anyone's presence. I might have felt safer if I heard a guard in the distance. I'm worried that my senses might not be keen enough to detect everything. Somebody might be right behind me without me being aware of it. I didn't want to make any noise, so I stopped from time to time. But it looked no different than if I was frozen in fear. To stop or to run. Something within urged me to choose from either one. I can't choose to stop. I have to keep going, quickly and stealthily. I'm already risking so much just by being here. Running, of course, would be absurd. I know that. The urge to run continues to bug me. My head was filled with those as I went through this dangerous territory. I succeeded in passing through without running into anyone. I couldn't keep but sit for a moment and exhale the rotten air from my lungs. My negative thoughts vanished quickly. Just a little more to go. Just a little more. Just through the bush over there in the fence that separates this place and the outside world. Once again, I strongly felt the urge to run. I suppressed the desire and carefully tackled the final steps. The beautiful looking fence didn't seem designed to prevent escapes. While I was worried that something might see me clinging to the fence, it fortunately didn't happen. It's even possible that this fence might have a torch sensor. It's too late now. It doesn't mean anything now since I'm already climbing up. From the top, the fence seemed about 7 feet high. I have to go down carefully, just like when I climbed up. I knew that logically, but I couldn't think that way anymore. Choose to jump off with no hesitation? Of course. I regretted my decision during the fall. I got scared because the flight was longer than I expected. Ah, shit, my spinal. I didn't land beautifully. I fell onto my butt. My back's broken. What happened? He broke my back. Was it like a vertebrae? No, spinal. Oh, shoot. Alright, sorry about that. Problems. I didn't land beautifully. I fell onto my butt. It's spinal. But there was nobody around to laugh, and I didn't have time to be embarrassed. I looked around to see if anybody heard my landing. Even the crickets weren't interested in the sound I made. I felt relieved. I looked at my, crap. Alright, sorry about that. Hopefully everything's okay. There might be some more noise, I don't know. I tried to stream when there's not a lot of people around to make noise, but unfortunately, that's just not always possible. I looked at my watch, 5 minutes till 8 p.m. It was just a 15-minute escape. Putting a number to it really made it obvious how short it had been. Looking back, most of the time I was just asking myself questions and hesitating. I guess I was worried too much. But I can't be too relaxed just yet. There's no guarantee that I fooled all the cameras. This place isn't a bank. There won't be a fire alarm going off even if the guards did see me. That's true, they could just be after her already. It's possible they're rushing this way right now. I can't enjoy the air of freedom yet. I hid myself in the darkness and waited. There's still time left until the rendezvous. Wow, okay. I did not expect this part to start like that. Like a full-on, escape, I guess. Like an action escape set piece. That seemed rather short. I wonder if this is gonna be like a 3-parter, like a, because they have like the letterboxing sequences. Sometimes it's mostly 2 most of the time, but sometimes there's 3. So I guess we'll see. I watched the school premises while waiting, but it looked like nothing strange was going on. The building was lit up, and the beautiful Western-style architecture made it hard to believe that it was a school. It should be armed with electrifying wires, searchlights, and guard dogs like a prison it is. I thought I'd experience a surge of school memories in a situation like this, but it didn't happen. The sort of things only happen when you have good memories. I have no good memories of this school, so there's nothing to remember. But if I could pick a series of images to recall, it'd be the luxurious dinners we had every night. So my memories would be nothing but international cuisine, Japanese, Chinese, French, and so on. What the hell? That's just too funny. I burst into laughter. At that point, I heard a car approaching. I crouched in the darkness. The plate number is the same as I was expecting. That's the car. I jumped out and rushed into the passenger side, then opened the door and got in. Is that someone we know?
Shion-san.
The driver was a man of elderly old age. He'd be angry if he heard me say that, though. He thinks he's still middle-aged. He looks at my face and learned that I succeeded. He smiled. Step on the gas. Wow, the tonal shift, it just suddenly goes super like happy-go-lucky. Yeah, we did it! Kasai really did laugh out loud. After telling me to buckle up, he accelerated. Fuck is that? The cathedral-like school disappeared from the mirror in an instant. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. It disappeared so quick that I didn't have time to search for dinner memories. I didn't have time for a surge of dinner memories. Goodbye, my lovely school days. Ha ha ha, I'm going to fill my stomach with junk food from now on. I'll forever be free from the table manner you taught me. Ah. Serves you right. As we drove, the scenery began to change. Soon we were surrounded by a vast field of crops and few streetlights. It reminded me that this was just the countryside of Japan, not Europe. Yeah, I'm starving. I lied. I'm actually a bit hungry. I didn't eat much of dinner to avoid slowing myself down with a full stomach. I appreciated Kasai's offer, but I didn't feel like taking the time to eat while we're still in enemy territory. Yeah, I've seen those burger vending machine things. I don't know about that, Chief, but that seems kind of whack. It does sound kind of gross. It does legitimately sound kind of gross. Kasai chuckled. He must have been trying to help me relax. He isn't usually so talkative. Do the back seats even recline?
そっちの左側の根元を探ってみてください。
I guess some do, depending on the type of car.
レバーみたい
I
な
know
の
my
があ
car
りません
doesn't.
か？
あったあった。よっこらしょっと。
Kasai laughed again.
何か面白いこと私した？
いえいえ、よっこらしょなんていう若くない言葉遣いがどことなくミオンさんに似ておられたもので。
Well, obviously. Mion and I are identical twins. We're perfectly copies of each other. When I reacted to something, so will Mion. When Mion reacts to something in a certain situation, I'll react the same way.
お姉は元気？
多分元気かと。私も親族会議の席に親父さんをお連れするときに少しすれ違う程度。
そっか。お姉はもう実家じゃないんだったね。
Okay, yeah. She lives in Hinamizawa in like the main branch
南
family
沢
thing.
の鬼ババのとこだっけ？
シオンさんが学園に入られるのと一緒の時期に園崎本家に移られました。
Why did they send Shion away? Did they ever mention that? I don't remember. I responded with this disinterest, even though I was the one who asked about her in the first place. The main house is where Oryu, the current leader of the Sonozaki family, lives. That's my grandma, who I call a hag. But when we use the phrase the main house, that usually means more than just a dwelling. The Kasai, what Kasai refers to is the same thing.
少しは変わった？
ミオンさんがですか？
そう。あのばあさんと朝から晩まで顔を合わせてりゃ少しは変わるでしょ。
Kasai chuckled yet again. He knew I hate my grandma.
私が見る限り変わったようには感じません。シオンさんの知っているミオンさんのままですよ。
Still the same person, you know?
私はどう？私は変わった？
いいえ、全然。
Kasai responded quickly with a smirk. I haven't seen him for a while, though. It's not fun if he answers this quickly. I glared at him, and then he burst out laughing.
全然変わっておられませんよ。あれだけのお嬢様学校に入られたのに全く変わらないというのは驚く。
チェー、好きなだけ笑ってろ。
So, I mean, I'm assuming her parents sent her to the school, or if not, like a Oreo or something like that. So, like, they would contact her, like, parents, being like, hey, your daughter escaped, is missing from the school, she's not here. Like, what's she gonna do? Is she just gonna go home and be like, hey guys, I escaped from the school, I'm not going there no more, okay? And it's just like, okay. Like, I don't understand what's gonna happen here.
私は寝るよ。寝る。
後ろの席に毛布がありますよ。使ってください。
うん、ありがとう。
I grabbed the blanket and rolled up in it. I'm exhausted, but I can't go to sleep. It's strange. Or maybe not. I must be tired from the escape. It's just that I'm still feeling tense. So I have to declare it once again, if only to calm myself.
寝る。私は寝るよ。
はいはい、さっきからもう3回目です。それとも私が許可しないと寝れないんですか？
今日のあんたは喋りすぎ。
You're the one who
あん
asked!
たが少し黙っててくんないと眠気も引っ込んじゃう。
失礼しました、姫君。ではしばらく黙らせてもらいます。
This interaction with Kasai reminded me of the old peaceful days in Okinomiya. Well, I don't really know if I can call those days peaceful. We were in the middle of a damn protest back then, after all. We all united together, and now I think about it, we pulled a lot of pretty dangerous stunts. If the authorities ever find out what I did, I never escaped going to juvie. Oh wow, okay. So Shion specifically did some stuff back then. From like the flashback arc, we kind of saw like Mion be involved, but she felt more like a sort of mediator between like Oryu and like everyone else, just sort of like her like accomplice, her right hand maiden or whatever you want to call it. We didn't even see Shion in the flashback, so I don't know what she was doing. So yeah, that's interesting. She actually did some things back then. Well, at least half of the people in Hinamizawa would be off to prison. Yeah, okay. We didn't think of them as criminal acts, though. It was a war. It might also have been a festival. A festival where every person in Hinamizawa joined together in protest. It was a struggle, but it was also fun. It was fun to throw stones at the riot police with everybody. We hid ourselves in somebody's home when they chased after us. We'd even crowd around the police station, demand the release of our arrested comrades. We even snuck into the construction site and sabotaged it. It felt more like we were playing at war when conducting one. I got so excited back then. I felt united with my fellow members, even though they were strangers to me, and that memory warms my heart. Yes, the way it felt back then was like helping everyone to carry a sacred pelican through the village, getting all sweaty and exhausted together, until we all collapsed face first on the ground and shared our excitement and cheers with unfamiliar faces over tea. I was just a kid back then. I remember accompanying young men who worked for my dad out to the village to do various bad things. I was arrested a few times. It didn't feel any different though when then when I called to the teacher's office for forgetting my homework. The other villagers were furious about the dam project, but for those of us who were kids at the time, it was pretty much fun memories. Yeah, that does make sense actually. All that came to a sudden end a few years ago. It wasn't only the power of the protest that ended the dam construction project. The Sonozaki family and my dad's organization had worked secretly in the shadows. This is top secret information in the Sonozaki family, but it is said that they may or may not have kidnapped the Minister of Construction's grandson in order to blackmail him. The grandson was found a few days after the abduction. He was found in the mountains of Yaguchi. He didn't simply disappear, and he wasn't demoned away. That means someone kind of deal was made secretly. A year after that, the dam construction plan was halted indefinitely. The police suspected the villagers' involvement and investigated, but they couldn't find any leads. The villagers never betrayed each other. They'd do anything to protect their fellow man. They fabricated fake alibis and fake evidence. It wasn't easy to deceive the police. Gah! Whoa! The car suddenly shook, snapping me back out of it. It must have ran over a bump or something. I suddenly realized my expression was a very happy one for some reason. Whoa, what the fuck was that? I must be looking forward to go home.
Shion-san, 起きてますか?
何?
What is it?
お帰りですが、沖宮でよろしいですよね?
他にどこに帰んのよ?
That's what I'm wondering. Where the hell is she even going? Oh, sorry. I answered straightforwardly with a frown. Kasai then also chose to reply straightforwardly.
シオンさんを全寮制の学園に入学させる決定は、園崎本家当主が下したものです。シオンさんはその学園を抜け出した。どういうことかお分かりですね。
ばあさんの決めた学校が私に合わなかったってだけでしょ？
シオンさん。
わーってるって。うっさいな。
As the head of the Sonozaki family, the hack's decisions are absolute. They're nothing like, say, the 3-second rule. Worse, the decision to confine me in an academy far away from the Sonozaki family was made before I was even born. Shion was the name they gave me. My sister Mion was a character that means demon in her name. That was to signify that she is a successor of the demons. In other words, she would be the successor to the Sonozaki family and its demonic bloodline. My name, Shion, has the characters that mean temple in it. This means that I was destined to take the veil and be confined in the temple. Thinking of that reminds me how much I hate this name of mine. For starters, the person known as Shion is an abominable being to the Sonozaki family, because it meant the family has 2 heirs. I don't have to cite the countless historical examples to explain. It's easy to imagine how that could prove troublesome for succession. According to our long-held family tradition, one of the twins was to be strangled to death right after birth. Unbelievable, right? Isn't it? What that means is that I have to be grateful just to be alive and breathing to this day. I heard the hag actually put her hands around my neck right after I was born. I don't know what exchange took place in that moment. Maybe some brave relative of mine managed to get her to stop. Or maybe she was in an extremely good mood that day. Then don't try to strangle me. We're twins. There's no apparent difference between us. But the first one out of my mom's stomach was named Mion, and the second one drew the short straw and got named Shion. Oh, whoops. Wait. Shion. Okay. Everyone else was desperate to tell us apart, but we sisters just found that awfully ridiculous. There wasn't any difference between us. No one could tell us apart, even if we only swapped hats. We wondered why all the grown-ups were trying to see the difference. Well, our fun as twins didn't last forever. One day, they created an undeniable clear distinction between Mion and Shion. Mion went to the main Sonozaki house to live with the hag and to learn how to become the successor. And I was to be confined at Saint Lucia's. I have no objections to Sis's inheritance. I used to be jealous, but now I feel I have to learn about and follow the traditions would just make me tired. I even feel sorry for Mion. So I'm not going to be a threat to the family, even if I'm back in Okinomiya. But the hag doesn't seem to think that way. She thinks of me as some kind of evil omen. That's why she wanted me away from her. That doesn't matter to me. I don't want to see her face either. I don't care if she doesn't allow me to enter Hinamizawa. She can charge me 1,000 yen per steps I take there. But I want her to let me live in Okinomiya where I grew up. When I was little, I was in Hinamizawa, but I don't remember it much, and I'm not very attracted to it. I do have good memories of my elementary school days in Okinomiya. The town isn't very sophisticated, but I kind of like it there.
沖宮の町へ帰れば親族の誰かの目に触れることになります。やがては必ず本家の知るところになります。
ばあさんの耳に入ったらどうなるかってこと？まあそりゃあやばいことにはなるかもね。
お分かりならいいんですがね。
なーに、葛西。あんた今から私に引き返してあそこへ戻れって言ってるわけ。
まさか。そんなことは言いま。私が言いたいのは
相応の覚悟はあるんだろうなってことでしょ。
口先だけでなく本当に理解してるんなら。
ま、そうだろうね。万が一の時は脱走の手伝いをした葛西も責任は免れないだろうしね。葛西も小指に未練があるなら今のうちに小指にいっぱいキスをしておいた方がいいんじゃない？
その時はシオンさんもすまきにされて鬼が淵沼に放り込まれるくらいの覚悟をしてくださいよ。ああ、あるいは本家離れの秘密部屋送りかも。
I heard there's a big torture room in the main Sonozaki house. I never seen it though. I heard they used to torture and kill the enemy of the village in there. It's just awful, really. I hope I don't end up as a victim of that play. Oh my god.
はいはい。
And then here comes the happy music.
なんとかなるって。
つくづくシオンさんは姉さんに似ている。その出たとこ勝負的なところが特にです。
そりゃ似るでしょう。実際の母親だもん。
My dad and mom will be furious if they find out of my escape. I'm more afraid of them than the hag. I don't want to go into details, but my dad is part of the Yakuza. He's in charge of the organization which covers the Shishibone area. He's in a very important position. So is Kasai here. He's an old friend of Dad, who really trusts him. I don't know if this is true, but I heard Kasai used to be very aggressive, though he's gentle now. I also heard he has a ton of scars. He was in charge of a few large areas, but after he was injured badly in a fight, he retired. Now he's my dad's consultant, aka drinking buddy. He was my caretaker in my childhood, and now I feel like he's my butler. At first I thought my dad asked him to supervise me, so I hated him. But in time I started to feel like he was on my side. This is just a hunch. But I think Kasai used to be in love with my mom. My dad, mom, and Kasai were in a love triangle. Though my dad took the lead in the end. Kasai couldn't leave my mom entirely, so he stayed around as my dad's friend. I can tell that from the way he acts. He's seeing my mom in me. That's why he says I look like my mom every now and then. It kind of gave me the creeps at first, but he isn't a bad guy at all. He's actually pretty funny. I only found that out after I got used to him. So when I thought about escaping, I naturally turned to him. I contacted him in the early stages of my plan and arranged to meet him today. You could call him a conspirator. It's not surprising he'd worried about my return to Okinomiya. Considering the rule of tradition, cutting off his pinky finger isn't too far from reality. I might be rolling up in a futon mat and thrown into the swamp for real too. Even so, there's only one place for me to return to. I'm going to Okinomiya and nowhere else. That's my hometown. This might be a kind of homesickness, but I don't care what it is, what it looks like.
実際どうするつもりです。園崎一族の目はそこいら中にありますよ。
まあ最初はのんびり隠れながら過ごします。仮に姿を見られたってミオンだって言い張ればいいんだしね。
それから
でほとぼりが冷めてきたら私に近しい親類から徐々に打ち明けていく。私に味方になってくれる人たちだってそこそこにいるからね。私も親父と大喧嘩した時あちこちでいろんな人にかくまってもらったし。
なるほど。味方と既成事実を十分に作り上げてから最終的には園崎本家にもおめこぼしをもらおうというつもりですね。うまくいきますかどうか。
行くってそもそも私を学園送りにする決定だって結構みんな反対してくれてたもんね。あれは私をやたらと嫌った鬼ババの猜疑心からの決定みたいなもんだったし。葛西もそう思うでしょ。
ええ、まあ
The hag.
私もあの決定にはさすがにやりすぎとは思いました。
鬼ババはとっくに更年期障害で正常な思考なんかできなくなってんの。あのダム戦争の興奮で頭がいかれちゃってまだその時の興奮が抜けきってないんじゃないかな。ったく。
Kasai smiled. I couldn't go to sleep after all, even though I was rolled up in a blanket. Even though I told Kasai to shut up, I kept talking to him. It's time. In time, I got tired of talking. As I could feel the car run smoothly on the highway, Kasai spoke to me again.
シオンさん、ほら。
I was so tired that I ignored him. I wondered what he wanted me to look at, but I wasn't that interested. Yet I opened my eyes slightly and saw a sign quickly pass by. Kasai probably wanted me to see the sign. It had an illustration of azaleas around the letters that said, "Welcome to Shishibone City. My hometown is coming right up." Ooh. Shion Sonozaki. Wow, it's like a credit roll telling you the characters were gonna be here. Satoshi Hojo. Rumiko Chie, Akane Sonozaki, Kasai. This is kind of cool, honestly. I kind of like this. It feels like a very... I like this song. That was a good intro. That was a very, very good intro. I kind of got distracted by the the unfortunate noise that was happening outside my my room. If you heard that, I'm really sorry. Nothing is wrong or anything like that. It's just, you know, just this what it is. All right, let's check out the notebooks. Oh, hold on. New music for the notes. Again, it only gave me 2 options for music, so I don't know. Actually, hold on. Let me check real quick. Oh, I can't do it here. So hold on. Let's just view the tips. The Notebook's beginnings. Okay, let's check this out. June 1982. Satoshi Hojo disappeared several days after the Watanigashi festival. There were 3 possible reasons for his disappearance. One possibility is that it was an accident. Dead bodies sometimes end up in irrigation channels and a few months after hit-and-run incidents. But since the police did a thorough search of the area and hadn't found his body, this possibility seems small. The second possibility is a self-motivated disappearance. Satoshi-kun has been living in dire circumstances. So is this Shion's notebook, I'm assuming? Why was that some Mario Wii type music? Da da da. Some Mario Wii type music, bro. The hell? His close friends actually heard him imply he might run away. The police thought he skipped town after killing his aunt. That seemed plausible considering that aspect, but the police arrested another person for the murder, so this hypothesis must have been considered false. But are we sure that yeah, they said that the guy confessed, right? They said the guy that we caught who killed Satoshi's mom confessed to killing her. Again, he could have taken the fall and Satoshi got away, but who is this person? Like, that's what I want to know. Who is that person? The last possibility is that he was involved in a series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa. It's also called the Curse of Oyashiro-sama. He fell victim to it and disappeared. Unless Oyashiro-sama's occult powers is actually verified, this curse must be the act of humans. It's only natural to assume that Satoshi-kun was made to disappear by someone's will. So the question is whose? The possibilities are quite limited. The culprit is either a member of the Sonozaki family, a member of the 3 families, or one of their many relatives. The police can only assume that easily. I need to think beyond that. Who did it? How did it happen? And why did it have to be done? Why did Satoshi-kun fall victim? What was the motive? Who gave out the order? Who actually did it? The mastermind, the culprit, and the truth are all are in reach of my grasp. Maybe I'll find them right behind my back. But even so, I can't reach everywhere. There are parts of my back I have to make an effort to reach, clenching my teeth and cracking my joints so the tip of my fingers can barely touch them. The truth is hidden in places like those. I'm writing this because I need to organize my thoughts and memories. Nobody will read this other than myself. But if someone does, that means that either I threw these notes away because I no longer needed them, or I fell victim to the curse of Oyashiro-sama in the middle of my attempts to solve the mystery. If it's the former, that's okay. But if it was the latter, please, I want you to help me. Please help this powerless young girl. Okay. There we go. I'm just gonna press continue and check out the options real quick. Let's continue. AD 1982. Okay. So this is with the 4th year of the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, also known as Higurashi Osama's curse. 1 year prior to Keiichi Maebara's transfer. Oh, okay. I was wondering about that. I was wondering where this takes place. It's 1 year before. So she escaped, like, I don't know if this is right after her escape. So she escaped 1 year before Keiichi showed up. Because she was already living in Okinomiya. So, okay, and I'm glad there's an actual image and not a blank screen so I can actually see something cool there. Okay. Okay, let me check out these options real quick. So I only have like options for like 2 music types. Right here. I'm not sure about that. This patch supports different background musics. Please click on the button for more information. Well, I'll check that out some other time. But yeah, the audio presets. We have the new one. Use the background music and sound effects SC to introduce the manga by Manga Gamer in April 2019. Updated, please, with the console time. And this one, I'm using this one. This option uses Gin's background music and sound effects, which bring the BGM and SC closer, but not definitively not identical to the original Japanese release or pre-April update. So this is the one I'm using, and that's the only 2 options we have. So I don't know if people like that or if there's other options that I just didn't get. But yeah, that's what I'm using. So there we go. I really like that. That might be one of my favorite opening chapters. And I've always said this. I think... God damn it, right when I'm getting my thoughts across. I think Ryukishi is very, very good at suspense and horror. He's not that good at like action and like set pieces like that. Like the stuff with Akasaka when he was like doing the shootout, I was kind of bored by that. I didn't really like that. It wasn't really that interesting to me. But this Shion escape sequence, that was very good. I really liked that. I thought that was a lot of fun. And then, again, I'm sorry I got interrupted in the middle of it. It really does suck. There's, I can only control so much noise and sort of stuff happening around me. But yeah, that was very good. That was very good. And I'm a sucker for a good, calm credit roll. There's certain little things that don't mean anything to everyone, that might not matter to everyone, but that I personally enjoy. I really like that image of the highway, like the red image, and then it slowly goes into that really nice music. I really like that music at the end there, and it just says like the part of the like Meakashi, what was it? It just says Meakashi, part 5 Meakashi, starring Shion Sonozaki. Crap. There's more noise happening, so I'm just gonna end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna try to be back as soon as possible to continue. This was a pretty short part, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys can come back and check out the rest. I'm very curious to see. This is a very, very good start. Very, very good start. I really like this a lot. So yes, thank you for watching, and take care, guys. See ya.